Hello and welcome to the iMatter podcast. I'm your host, Poonam, and today we are kicking off the year with an inspiring and transformative topic: New Year, New You. A new year is more than just a date on the calendar. It's a powerful opportunity for reflection, growth, and setting meaningful goals. To help us navigate this journey, I'm joined by an exceptional guest, Miss Moumita Chakraborty. Moumita is a visionary entrepreneur, a dynamic leader, and the founder of Destinatia Tours and Travels and the World Leader Foundation. Her journey in empowering women and leading innovative ventures is truly inspiring, Momita. It's an honor to have you here today at iMatter Podcast. Welcome.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful introduction, Poonam. First of all, I hope you are keeping well, both physically as well as mentally,
Thank
and
you.
wishing you a very happy new year. And
Thank
I'm
you.
really glad to have been invited as a speaker in the iMatter podcast. Looking forward to a fruitful conversation with you. Thank
Sure,
you.
sure. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining, Momita. So let's start with the first segment, which is reflecting on the past year. Why is reflection such a powerful tool for personal growth, and how can we use it to set the stage for a successful new year?
See, to summarize the aspects of life in both personal and professional level,
Mm.
reflection works as an important tool. For
Mhm.
example, it works as a notepad whenever we do something and have curated a past and we have worked throughout the year. So, reflection is very important to see both the positive and negative aspects of life and work in a proper manner for creating a resolution for the future. So, reflection is a kind of a mirror where we look and see that okay, I have done something positive, what are the negatives being done by me, and where I could have grown, how I could have grown, and in which manner I should design my new year to be. So
Mm.
reflection is very important, and we must reflect on our past with an optimistic mindset to move forward for the coming year.
Yes, that's a great point, Momita. So, do you have any specific practices like journaling or meditation that you recommend for effective reflection?
I believe in good mental health discipline
Mm-hmm.
because that is kind of a meditation to me, because I strictly do not follow any rules or regulations of meditation, like the basic pattern of meditation or like journaling. But I do believe in a systematic manner of starting your day or ending your day, so that everything is strategized in a proper manner and your day goes in the way you want it to be, although it doesn't happen all the time, because the day and the world has its own way of giving throwing life at you. But yeah, when you try to follow it in a disciplined manner and keeping your both mental and physical health in a proper way, it will help you in growing in a systematic manner, I guess.
Yes, well noted, Momita. Can reflection also help in identifying habits or behavior that no longer serve us? How do we let go of these effectively?
Yes, definitely. Reflections definitely help. It has to be in the optimistic mindset. It has to be done in a proper and optimistic mindset,
Hmm.
with a goal to achieve your successes in a way that it doesn't harm your mental health. Because if it is harming you in any way, be it through physical labor or through mental issues, then you are not in the right path. Because if you are reflecting on a particular situation with a negative mindset, it is never going to end in a positive way, because the way you look at certain things, it definitely, there is a thing called manifestation, right? So
Hmm.
if you believe it in a positive way that okay, I have gotten this work, okay, and this is my dream job, if you look into this in that way, then you will work towards it in a positive manner and you will accomplish your results. But if you are doing a particular work because you have to earn the money and you just have to spend your day, you will be stressful and it is not going to result in a very good way. Doing that particular work not with something you are loving, but
Hmm.
you're doing it because you are forced to do that particular work. If your reflection is positive, you take positive steps and then you move ahead, and that gives you a very positive outcome.
Yes, yes. And what is your advice for overcoming the fear of reflection on failures? Like many people, hesitate to look back because they feel it might be too painful, uh, wherever they have some bad experience in their past. So, what will be your advice for overcoming that fear?
Right. See, failure, we all fear failure, but we must accept the truth that failure is a part and parcel of our lives. No
Yes.
matter what, everybody fails in their own, professional life as well as personal lives. If you
Yeah.
talk about mental health, so this has become a global issue these days. It was prevalent in all throughout our lives, but nobody noticed it until COVID came, and everybody was at their own houses, and then they started realizing, okay, this is something we need to focus more on, right? So failure is something, that time during the COVID era, everybody was a failure, right? Most of us were a failure because we had nothing to do. We were stuck in our houses, we could not go out, we had to maintain a distance of at least 6 feet from the near and dear ones, and somebody might have fallen sick. Everywhere it is negative, right, around us. So that was the time when we reflected on our minds and saw that, okay, it is not that the world is a happy place. There are failures, and it is not true that someone who is a successful person has never failed. You would be shocked to notice that the person who is the most successful have failed as much as possible in their earlier days when they have started their work,
Yeah.
right?
Which is the second segment of the podcast, which is setting goals for the new year. Now that we have reflected, let's talk about setting goals. Why do you think so many resolutions fail, and how can we set goals that truly stick?
True. Setting goals with persistence is the mantra, right? Because every business or a professional you would see who has made a difference in the world have always followed a disciplined way and have set their goals in a way which would be fruitful as well as is practical. Because
Mm.
we basically connecting to the previous question where failures, people fear failures, is because they, in a way that, okay, nobody can fail, but it is not the truth. If you accept the truth and in an optimistic way, you will grow in a way that you will not be fearful of anything, right? And you move forward with your strong self and a mind, and you will notice that the outcomes which come will be very realistic, and it will not be exaggeration of anything. The result will not be like, okay, I will become a millionaire overnight, but you will move ahead in a proper way. So setting goals, first of all, when you start the new year, right, everybody in the festive mood and everybody is enjoying. But if you are a person who wants to make a difference, you have to set your goals in a manner, one step at a time, and have faith in yourself, in your work, in your team members, and work in a systematic way. For example, you are giving each work a particular schedule and following everything in a routine way, and then move ahead. It's good to do multitasking, but when you do one work at a time, it helps you in focusing on that particular work, and that particular work will be done in a perfect manner, closest to perfection, because there is nothing called perfect. So it will help you in doing the work as perfect as possible, and when you get the results, it will be good for you at least, and that has the minimum percentage of failure,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's a great advice, Momita. So, what role does mindset play in achieving these goals?
Mindset plays the most important role, because if you have an optimistic mind, you get successful, and success means different to everybody. For some people success means mental peace, for some people success mean a lot of wealth, for some people success means a good health, physical health. For example, if you ask person who goes to Olympic to play, right? So for them, success means they have to be very time assuming, and then they have to be very strong and healthy so that they can get their results, and that will make them successful. For people who are into business, for them, fulfilling your dreams, or else setting that targets and achieving those goals are for example, starting another business, whatever you are doing at the correct moment, are actually success is different to everybody. Is something which is different to each and every individual, and achieving success is completely on that particular person. Some person may be wanting to live his livelihood. For them, it is fine. Okay, I am living my livelihood in a manner that, okay, I am happy with my family. I am earning 3 lakhs per annum. That is enough for me. But for some people, they want to grow. They want to achieve higher heights. For them, success is completely different.
Yes, that's right. I mean, everyone has their own choices where success define in every individual in different way. Yeah, that's true. I do agree with that. So, how do you handle situation where goals might need to change mid-year? For example, if priorities, circumstances changed, situation changed. In that case, how do you handle the situation?
You always have to be prepared with a plan B, because life throws things in a way which can't be expected every time, right? God has his or her own way of throwing things at you. And see, we have to be very strategized in planning our entire year, but you never know what is coming your way, which is this too shall pass. So if a believer of spirituality, or maybe psychology, it will help you in staying optimistic even in the worst days. Because if you see the world in a way of this too shall pass, so you will notice that if there is something going in a very positive way, and you are achieving your goals one after the another, it will help you stay grounded, and also stay empathic and also kind. And you will notice that, okay, this too shall pass. So I am not somebody who has made a difference. There are bigger heights which can be achieved. But if you are having a rough patch, and the in the mid year you are not getting the desired goals, that time, if you feel that, okay, this too shall pass, this is not a permanent thing, this is a temporary situation, and it's not that I can't come out of it. So when you are strong with a very good mindset, you will notice that, okay, this too shall pass. This time I have to come out with a plan B and strategize it in a manner that I can come out of this negative situation. And once I come out of this particular situation, it will not be a longer time that I can achieve my dreams and move forward in a much better way.
Very nice, Momita. Very nice statement you have mentioned. This too shall pass. Yeah, that's a very important statement. If everyone, imbibe this statement in themselves, then they won't be, unhappy, or they won't be feel disappointed if they don't meet their goals in the mid of the year. That's really a good statement. So, what is your advice for setting long term goals without losing focus on day to day tasks? So, what will be your advice?
setting long setting long term goals is important, but don't take it too long, because the thing is, there are certain things which has to be done in a certain period of time.
Yeah.
Setting long goals, for example, if you are doing it for a new year, for example, you have set a to do list for this current year, you try to achieve those things, but don't be too harsh on yourself, because there are certain things which do not will never go in our way. We can do our bit, like believe in the thing called karma. You do your karma, and the fall, you leave it on the almighty, whoever you believe in. You might be believing in somebody, you might be an atheist also, but there is something called a higher power. That's what I believe. So you keep on doing your work with a positive mindset, and also being kind to others, being empathic to others. You might be the boss of a company, but that doesn't matter. You can be sweet, and you can be good, and you can be kind towards your team members, or maybe the people who are working under you, and still achieve your goals. we in my company, for example Destinatia, we have to achieve the target, sales target, right? That okay, by the end of this particular month, this amount of conversions has to be there in particular tour packages maybe. But if you are too harsh on your employees, the result will not be that good, because at the end of the day, the sales executive or those who are there in that sales team, they have to communicate with the clients. If you are shouting at them as a bad boss, and they do not have a good day because of you, the same thing will be applicable to the clients also. That person will not be happy in a happy mood, and they will converse with the clients in a negative way. That is ultimately your loss only, no? It is not going to give you a fruit which is sweet, it is going to give you a bitter fruit. That's why it is very important to set a balance, so that everything is done with a motive to help others and also to help yourself. That is the best policy, I believe. And without keeping an expectation and doing your job is a much better thing. If you are thinking that okay, I'm doing it for passion, I'm doing something for my passion, and you're doing that, you will do it in a much better way than you will do it with an expect keeping in mind an expectation, right? When you keep an expectation, okay, I'm going to this work, I have to earn my money, give that money to for the treatment, or maybe sending my kids to school, in that way it will not be that positive, right? So yes.
Absolutely agree. Well, Momita, because we are, having very, very interesting scenarios, and now as we are going ahead to the segment three, which is practical strategies for personal growth, what are some practical strategies people can implement right away to kickstart personal growth this year?
Personal strategies vary from person to person. Each person has their own way of putting things. For example, following their hobbies is one thing, and some people like to do physical work a lot, like kind of yoga or meditation, as you have asked me in the segment one, I guess, in your question. So everybody has different things which they love. So I would suggest everybody who are in this professional field, right, take some time out for yourself, because that is very important, and keeping a good mental health as well as the physical health is very much important in order to have a better life, both professionally as well as personally. For me, what I do is listen to music. I love music, but the kind of music good for the soul. It doesn't have words, the soothing kind of music which are generally used during the meditations also these days.
Fine.
The sound of rain, the sound of forest while sleeping, or maybe when you wake up in the morning, follow this kind of practices. I also love painting, drawing, sketching, singing sometimes. So these small things, it helps you to
Yeah.
boost your morale. And when you start your day, like following a routine, for example, my day starts like this. I wake up, I play a soothing music when I'm having a day which, okay, I have to fulfill this target by the end of this day. I start with a soothing music. But some days I have nothing to do much, and that day I want to feel energized. That day I play a very energetic music which helps me boost my endorphins, and at the same time it will boost your day mind in such a way, no, the entire day will go accordingly. So it is very good to practice this kind of things.
Yeah.
Or maybe for example, you are not having a good day, right, and you are feeling very gloomy, very sad. What you can do is you can doodle something in the end of your notepad or maybe the diary, and you start drawing certain small things, and whatever you're feeling, note down something that okay, I am not feeling this, not feeling that. And if you are a person, very conservative person, and do not want to share things with others, just tear that piece of paper, write down your thoughts in that, and then tear that paper and throw it somewhere that nobody gets touch of it. In that way you will feel much relaxed. So certain things are applicable to each individual, it varies from person to person, but this is my way of taking out sad things from our life and also implementing positive things into my life.
Yeah, but I love the idea of a vision board, Momita. It's such a creative and motivating exercise. So, do you have a personal example of how one of these strategies has worked for you and someone you have worked with?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. I think I've answered your question
Yeah.
before you asked me.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that I follow this music and it really helps me because the thing is, we focus on mental work more than physical labor, right? These days, most of us work from our brains. So, if you do not keep your mental well being in a proper manner, you are not going to get your desired goals, or you are not going to live a happy life even with your family members. So when you are in a positive mindset and you are in a good and peaceful and calm situation, you will be able to help others also, not only yourself but others also. So
Mm.
starting the day with a, as I mentioned already, with a very soothing and relaxed music helps you stay calm throughout the day, and that is a very good exercise, I must tell you, because these are available on various apps called Spotify or maybe YouTube also. You'll get a lot of music like that, so do try it once. I suggest you, if you have not tried it already, it really helps you
Yeah,
in a
I'll
very positive
definitely
way.
try it. So, well, do you, apart from this, will you advise, how do you advise people to handle moments when motivation fades?
See, there is only one person who can motivate you in the right manner, is you.
Yes.
Nobody else can motivate you. Like, there are a lot of spiritual gurus, there are a lot of motivational speakers out there, there are a lot of psychologists, psychotherapists. I have done psychotherapy, but I did it for myself because I wanted to know more about mental health, right? So, but what I've noticed in many people, I am a kind of empathic person, right? So there are a lot of people who get in touch with me and share what they are going through. Maybe somebody is not feeling good for no reason, they can't explain why they are not feeling good. They have a ache in the chest, their head is continuously aching, they are not in the mood of eating anything, or some people are overeating. Why are you not able to concentrate? So they are like, I don't know what is going wrong. At that time, what I felt is that if you, how much ever I motivate them, it is not going to work. If you give them an exercise which they can relate to,
Mm.
and they can feel it from their within, that okay, this is what is bothering me, I have to understand it in a way, okay, this is what has gone wrong. So I try to make them go into a situation where they can recall what might have gone wrong in their past, which have created this kind of sensation in their mind, that they are not feeling well at this moment. Something might have gone wrong which they are not able to understand. Maybe I was just telling you the other day about the dog. I was not feeling well, I didn't know why, but later on, see, everybody has an aura. Even the animals have higher aura than human beings, okay? Majorly the cow.
Mm.
So that's why in Hinduism we worship animals as well as cow. So when something goes wrong, no, not only with us but also the people or the animals or whoever living being or around us, you will feel that if you are an empathic person. So later on in the night, after speaking to you, when the dog came, I have noticed that somebody has maybe another animal would have bitten it, or somebody might have harmed it. For that, as it was sitting behind me while I was talking to you, the aura came and it was completely negative. And I was feeling stressful for no reason. I didn't know what was the reason, but that actually, so later on, when I reflected on it, then I found out the reason. Okay, what could have gone wrong? What was the reason? Sometimes people call it overthinking. Yes, some people do overthink for certain situations. But yeah, if you reflect on it in a proper manner and as much as required, you will get to know the reason. And when you get to know the reason, there will be no one in the world who will be required to motivate you. You will come out of your situation. And at the same time,
Mm.
we must all understand this situation, that what how good position you are in or how bad position you are in, you are never going to stay in the same position forever. That's what demotivates you the most, right? Because if demotivated mind always feels ki mere sath jo ho raha hai going on with me, I'm never going to come out of it, it is very wrong. No matter what, every day passes and every day the sun rises, every day the sun sets, and it never rises in the same way.
Yes.
Every day it will be different. So you have to stay very calm and composed during that situation. And if you're not willing to work, take a break. It doesn't matter, everybody will be asking. Maybe you, if you are a person who is employed somewhere, some people might ask why there is a gap in your CV. That can be, we are humans, we are not robots, right? We can't expect artificial intelligence. I know that AI has taken over the world, but we are human beings, we have our own way. God has created us in a completely different manner, and AI has been created by humans only. But you can't expect a human being to replace an AI and forget their emotions and work without a break or something. You have to take breaks someday, and only then the results which you give to your company or your organization, only then it will be a positive one.
I totally
I
agree.
think I would like to add one more thing in this. I think that is why in most of the companies or organizations, the staff do not stay for a longer period these days. You might have noticed. Like you join a particular company, the moment you join, if it is 6 months or 1 year, you will start looking for another job. Why does that happen? If you look at it on from that level, no, you will understand that is not the problem of the company. Because at the first place, if a person has done human resources, MBA in human resources, and he has joined a company as an HR, why wouldn't he or she want to do that particular work? It is only because of the organization situation, how it is working. Who would like to leave their job if they are having it in a satisfactory manner, right? They will only think of leaving it because maybe the organization's employees are pressurizing him or her in a way that he or she is bound to leave that job. Another reason is that they are not satisfied with the work, or maybe the salary they are getting. That can be another reason. So if one is satisfied and happy and content in their job also, they will continue working for that same organization, and that will be fruitful for the organization as well, right or wrong? Please tell me, right? Because hiring a new person, training them again, and making them work for you is tougher than giving the work to a person who is working for you for 2 3 years.
That's right. Yes.
That's what I wanted to add. Sorry for the interruption, but yeah, you can continue.
Absolutely interesting. We are having interesting conversation, Momita. So let's get ahead to some more questions, and because it's getting more interesting, so I don't want to stop. How do someone stay consistent with the resolutions when life gets busy?
So life is always busy for those who are very what do I call it, very haphazard, right? They want to do everything at once, and that's what results into doing nothing. So you always have to move ahead with one thing at a time, then life will not get busy. But if it goes busy and you are not able to accomplish your goals, in that way you need to focus with clarity, and right, this is not going in our way, let me come out with another plan. Maybe this plan did not work, the other plan will definitely work. But if that plan too doesn't work, take suggestions from the people who are into the same field, and then I think that will be fruitful. From the people who have been in the part of the same kind of professional life, dreams where they were successful, right? So if you notice them, read blogs, or maybe watch similar kind of videos, that will help you definitely to
Yeah.
resolve your inquiry or whatever was wrong in your field.
Right, right. Yeah. So, what will be your advice for balancing personal growth goals with professional responsibilities?
See, personal life as well as professional life goes hand in hand. Every day we go out for work, and then we come back to our home. What we call home. Home is made by the members of the family. It's not with the four walls around us, no? So we have our siblings, we have our parents, we have our kids, we have our grandparents, maybe. Everybody has different family members. So if you have a balanced professional life, that will affect your personal life. If you have a balanced personal life, you will be more focused and goal oriented in your professional life. Both go hand in hand. If you had a fight with your partner the last night, you will have a bitter mood, and then you go to the office and you shout at your employees. So that is going to harm your professional life. But if you're having a good day and you have closed a deal in your office and you come back home happy with some gifts for your kids, they will be happy too.
Yeah.
So it is a balance between the two. You have to maintain a balance. However, I feel that we should keep both the things different. We should not bring the professional life struggles into our family, and not take our personal things to the office place, but it affects our mind works in that way. But we have to stay focused and also practice kind of meditation, and following some rituals, staying disciplined, that will not affect it much. Although there are certain things which can't be forbidden, and that will definitely happen. So very, your mental health, the most importantly, the mental health, keep your mental health in a way that it doesn't make you stressful
Mm.
or anxious. In that way, you'll be able to handle both your professional as well as personal life in a balanced manner, I guess.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this fruitful conversation, Momita. I hope everyone, whoever who is listening to us, they will be more focused this year. So, thank you so much, Momita, for sharing your wisdom and insights. And thank you for joining us on this episode of the iMatter podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who needs a little inspiration to start fresh. Here is a year of growth, resilience, and new beginnings. Thank you so much, Momita.
Thank you so much, Poonam, for having me. It was an honor speaking to you, and I loved speaking to you. Like always, looking forward to meet all your team members too very soon, and also with you in person. Thank you so much.